Hi Flosstube, welcome to this video. My name is Anna and I'm here to talk about cross stitch. Today is Sunday, March 3rd, and we just spent the whole morning outside because it's a beautiful day here in Denver, and now Ethan is taking a nap, so I wanted to hop on and give you guys an update about what I've been working on in February. I will have a small life update at the end, but first I will just get into what I worked on and what I'm planning to work on in March, and then I'll do that short life update. So let's just get started. I only worked on 3 projects in February, and you'll hear more about why later on in the video, but I will show you what I worked on. First, I had a small start for Valentine's Day. I started a little animal out of this book, From Suzy's Zoo with Love, and I did this little chick here, but I didn't do any of the border. It's just him holding a heart. So I did start it and I did get it finished. So here it is, this cute little chick. My plan for these is to get like a bunch of little mismatched frames, and then at Valentine's Day I can put them out in a row together. But yeah, there it is. This is on 18 count white Aida using 2 strands of DMC. And yeah, it's just a really cute little start and finish. One thing about these animals is that most of them have like rosy cheeks, and I've just been leaving those out because they're a little too cutesy, I guess. He's already pretty cute like this. So yeah, there's the little chick from this pamphlet, and there are a few others in this booklet that I'd like to do, so I'd probably keep it and bring it out, every February and do 1 or 2 of the animals. Like I really like this cute little duck, but I would maybe not do the headband. I'd maybe just do hearts. And the same thing with this turtle. I would probably try to leave off the shorts and do the turtle like that. Also on the back, there's this cute, this mouse who's like a cupid. I'd probably do that without the big heart around it. So there's still some in there, and I just want to adjust them a little bit, so they're just a little more my taste, I guess I would say. So that was the first one, started and finished. I also worked on, let's see, Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor. So let me get that out. Okay. Here's the cover, Spring Quakers, Rosewood Manor. I picked this up already kitted at an estate sale. So I'm glad that I did, because I'm really enjoying, I don't know, I just like the geometric patterns and like the whole Quaker thing. I've never had a lot of experience with that, and so this was a fun one to start and have all the stuff already put together. So my goal for this one this whole year was to finish this one that I had started, and then to stitch one more, and so I did that. I'll show you where it is. I'll probably have to roll it back up later. Okay, so this is where I got to. Let's see, put this up here. Maybe like this. Okay. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished this one that I had been working on, and then I decided I would go ahead and do this big one as my one more motif that I wanted to finish. So I got all of this done, which they can be a little bit fiddly. So for example, there are like single blue stitches on the ends of these branches, or you can't even really see. Yeah, there's just like a lot of like little one-off things. Like these 2 dots are a different color than these 3 dots right here, and like this section here is a different color than these ones down here. So just like a lot of fiddly color changes that ended up taking a long time. But I'm really happy with the result. And once I finished that, I realized that I was very close to finishing the whole top. So I went ahead and did this little one and the word holly here. So now it's all the way done, all the way across the top. It's not the whole page all the way down, but this is done corner to corner across the top. You can see it's quite a bit bigger. I think that this green one over here is about the halfway mark. So anyway, that's Spring Quakers by Rosewood Manor. I'm stitching this on the called for linen, which is a casual 28 count in the color Valor by Picture This Plus. So yeah, really happy with the progress on that. And since I've reached my goal for the year, I probably won't be bringing this out again. I could, but probably not. We'll see. We'll see how the year goes. And I'm stitching that with the called for Valdani threads, which in the past I've talked about how expensive they are and how I'm glad I got them secondhand because I got a good deal on them. The more I use them, the more that I like them. So maybe next time I do a Rosewood Manor, I will just kit it up myself, and it could be worth it. Okay, the only other thing that I worked on this month was my Prairie Schooler Birds and Berries. My goal this year is to finish stitching the cardinal because that is the last one I have left. Sorry, it's very shiny page protector. So I went ahead and I started the cardinal. And, oh, I've got the thread hanging. This is where I got to on this one. So this is the wing of the cardinal. You can kind of see it starting to come together, and then I started on the branch. So this one is on 32 count linen. I think it's just, let's see. Raw natural 32 count Belfast linen. I got this from my L&S, a stitching shop in Denver, and they knew what project I was going to do, and so they cut it. I got one big piece of paper. Words are difficult today. I got one big piece of fabric, and they went ahead and cut it into quarters and serged all the edges for me. So this is the last one in this set of 4, and it is underway. Hopefully I can meet my goal of finishing that this year. Okay, that is everything that I worked on. Like I said, only 3 projects, but I am happy with the progress I made. I started and finished that one little one, and I met my goal on Spring Quakers, and we're on our way with Birds and Berries. So happy with that progress for a short month, and also considering the things that we have been dealing with here. So plans for March. I know for sure that I want to start this Mill Hill Tulip Egg. It is the Spring Bouquet collection, and it's entirely beaded. So I have this ready to go. I also purchased one of the, I'm not even sure what to call them. It's a frame of sorts, and it is magnetic around the edges, and it holds the paper like really tightly. I'm gonna snap it here. Hopefully it's not gonna. Okay. So then it holds it there, and it's a lot easier to hold in hand. So I'm looking forward to using this. Just because holding something so small can kind of make your hand cramp up. So I'm looking forward to this. This was not cheap. This was like $30. So I have high hopes for it. But I'm planning to start that. I do already have all of the beads are already divided out into my little jars with the symbols on them. I've got my beading needle, so we're ready to start. I might actually start that one today. We'll see how long Ethan's nap lasts. Okay, so I'm going to start that one for sure. I'm also going to work on my dragonfly. So this is an out of print pattern. It's Professor Fisby's We Beasties, and these are by Terrence Nolan, or the designer is Terrence Nolan. And like I said, these patterns are out of print. You can find them online, but they tend to be pretty pricey. So I'm doing the Common Green Darner, and this is another one that I got at an estate sale, partially kitted up. It came with the Krennics, I believe. Okay, so my goal for this one for this year is to finish stitching the dragonfly's body. So I will probably work on that first thing when I pull this out, is continue stitching the rest of the body and the head. And then also this year I'd like to start on another wing. So yeah, I'm going to pull this out in March and we'll see how far we get on it. This one is also a 32 count linen, and I can't remember the name of it. I think it was supposed to be flax, but based on some other linen that I have, I don't think that is the right color. So that's the starting point for that one. Otherwise, in March, I'm not totally sure what I'm going to work on. I could change my mind, but I pulled out a couple options here just in case this is what I work on. One of them is going to be my full coverage, which is Mini Birdsong by Heaven and Earth Designs. My goal for this year is to finish this like 20 wide diagonal all the way down. So I'll probably pull this out in March just because of the colors and the springtimey feeling outside. It is unusually warm and sunny here and dry, but you know, spring is just around the corner. So I will probably work on this in March. And then the other one that I may or may not work on is the squirrel from my Mireshka kit. It's this one. It does have some like fall vibes to it, so I'm not sure I will want to work on it with all the spring stuff happening. But I do want to finish it this year, and there's a lot of green to work on in this project, so maybe I will focus on just the green leaves in March. Yeah. So I will show you my progress for those, hopefully at the end of March. We will see. And if you were only here for the stitching, that's it. That's what I worked on. That's what I'm planning on working on. Yeah, thank you for joining me. If you want to save for the life update, I want to start by thanking everyone for your kind comments about our dog Theodore. Last video, Theodore made an appearance. He had been underfoot, and I talked a lot about his illnesses and some of the things that he was struggling with and we were struggling with as a family. And I wanted to share that Theodore is no longer with us. We decided to have him euthanized at home, so it was very peaceful and it felt like the right time and the right thing to do. So yeah, I just wanted to share that's what happened. That's what we decided to do. And I also want to share that talking about the situation out loud with all of you really made me think about our situation a little bit differently. Started asking other questions about his quality of life, and I just really want to thank you for letting me talk about it, because sometimes summarizing something out loud is all you need for a little more clarity. So I do appreciate that you guys allowed me to do that, and then also all of your great comments supporting me. I think anyone who has had to put a dog down knows that it's tough, and it's tough in a lot of ways, and there are still tons of reminders around the house that can be upsetting sometimes, but we're getting through. And now that it's done, we've had time to reflect on Theodore would have done this or that, but upon reflection, the last several months he wasn't doing that anymore. So things like, Theodore would never let that rabbit run around in the backyard. He'd be out there and chasing it. He hasn't done that. He hadn't done that in a long time. So now we're able to reflect on that a bit more and realize that, yes, it was time for him to go. So yeah, that is my main update. And again, thank you guys for understanding and all your support. Other life things, February was a pretty busy month, other than dealing with all of that. I had mentioned before that for my job, I'm an attorney, but I worked for an exam prep company. And so law students who want to become licensed have to take the bar exam. And my company prepares materials to help them study for the exam. That exam is held twice a year here in the United States, and it is in July and in February. So we had the students in our course preparing for the February exam, and then they actually sat for the exam, and now we're in the middle of wrapping up all of that and getting ready for the summer course. So that happened in February. Very busy, very stressful. We also had a visit from my mom. So typically, Ethan spends his days while we're at work with his grandparents, with my husband's parents, my in-laws. But they had a big trip planned, and so they were gone for a week, and we had to decide, do we want to take time off work? Do we need to find other childcare? And my mom graciously drove from Kansas and watched Ethan for a week for us. I think it was a bit of a break for her too, just to get out of town and go somewhere and go somewhere fun and see family that you hadn't seen in a while. And so I was really happy that Ethan got that one-on-one time with his other grandma. And it was really great to have my mom here. So yeah, all of that happened in a very short month. So that's why not a lot of stitching happened. And I am happy with the progress that I did make. Okay, that is all I have for you. Like I said, the weather here is so beautiful that we're just going to spend all afternoon outside, I think. And yeah, we'll be back. Hopefully I'll be back for an update at the end of March, and I'll get some more progress to share with you guys. I guess one other thing I could share, if you've made it all the way to the end, is I have received a couple more fabrics from my Fabric of the Month Club. So I'll show those really quickly. They're behind me. So in January, I got, this is called Resolution. I don't know about this one. Maybe I could use it for some spooky projects, but generally this is a little wild for me. Or maybe I could do just some small projects on a small chunk of it. But as a whole, this is a bit out there for me. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if I find something for it. And then the other one I got for February is this beautiful pink called Love Struck. And it's really, really vibrant. It's really bright. It might be a little peachy on there, but it's like a really bright pink. So yeah, those are my two new fabrics. And now I think that's everything I have to share. So thank you for joining me, and happy stitching. Bye.